Hi there, my name is Kimberly Inez Mays, and I have a question to ask you. Do you consider yourself a thought leader? And more importantly, do you consider yourself an automated thought leader? And the reason why I asked this question again is because not all thought leaders are people who are on stages, in front of the cameras, or even in the spotlight. A lot of the thought leaders that we see around us, and you might be one too, are people who are really behind the scenes, doing the work, making change, impacting lives and businesses. So if this sounds like you, you're definitely in the right place. But why do I call it the automated thought leader? And what is an automated thought leader? An automated thought leader is someone who works smarter and not harder. It's really that person that wants to find the most effective solutions so that they can buy back their time, work more effectively, and impact more people. So whether you have a solopreneur business, you lead a team at your job or organization, or if you have your own business and your own employees, you can be an automated thought leader. And how do I know? Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Kimberly Inez Mays, and I demystify technology for small and medium-sized businesses so that they can finally stop duct taping their systems together and start scaling with confidence. And if this sounds like something you want to do, you're in a great position to do so. And if you're already doing it, keep it up. But so many people are intimidated and afraid of technology, and it's really easy to understand why. Technology is just moving so freaking fast. Even myself, who I consider myself a technologist, it's very, very difficult to keep up. And it's very easy to feel like you've been left behind. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are exactly in the place where you need to be right now. Yes, you're where you are right now because you need to be here right now. And any place is a great place to start or grow. And what makes me different than a lot of other people in this space, and I say this with confidence and not with cockiness, is that my aim is not to make myself elevated or to sound smarter than anybody else, but to make you feel like you're smarter each and every day with each and every new thing that you learn. Because only you know you, and you know your business, you know your life and where you want to go, and you're the best person for the job. And if I can help in any way, consider me your guide. So let's dig in and let's talk about what the new automated thought leader looks like and what it really is all about. Well, like I said before, it's definitely working smarter and not harder. And I understand what that could feel like when you're not doing that. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or behind a curve with technology, it could feel like, oh, well, everybody is surpassing me. This is just not working. I tried this. I'm just not technical. That's what a lot of people tell me. Or I just don't feel like I'm in the right space and place to implement something new. So if you feel like this, and now layered on with the fact that AI is such a big component of our day-to-day lives, it's a lot. There's a new release, a new launch, a new product every single day. In fact, I get inundated with people who tell me, hey, Kim, have you heard of such and such program? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? And even myself, I can't try everything. But what I can do is tell you what is working of the things that I have tried and what makes sense to try. Right? Because AI is just not another problem to solve, but it could be the solution to your current chaos. And the goal is to provide a blueprint for your business. And it's not just hype. But what I really want you to do is feel comfortable and feel free to jump in. And what I mean by jump in is not to feel like you have to have everything all together. In fact, a lot of my greatest achievements came entirely by mistake. When I had my plans dead set on building one thing, and then I discovered I could build something else. So I stumbled onto AI, not really intending to have this as a main component or the component of my business, but I stumbled into it just like I stumbled into everything else in my life. I started off as a web designer, and this is where even like back in the early 90s, right? Because I'm dating myself a little bit. In the early 90s, I was self-taught in all things design and web stuff. And I converted that into a career, to a long career in digital marketing and marketing technology. So I got to learn the ins and outs of multi-channel marketing, which included email marketing, including social media, paid marketing, loyalty programs, things like that. And then when I pivoted back to doing websites a couple of years ago, sorry, my cat is bothering me. So if you hear a couple of meows, you'll know where that's coming from. When I pivoted back to web design, I noticed that so many components were missing in businesses that made it really difficult to make the website effective. For example, if you have a website, but you don't have a system behind it, a way to collect leads, a way to have people get in touch with you, a way to grow your email list, and a way to connect that to various channels, then the website is literally a glorified business card. But now we know that websites on their own, while they can be effective, they're not the only thing that you need to have. So that's when I connected web design websites to a CRM. Now, I talked a lot about what a CRM is and what it can do, but basically it's a virtual Rolodex. So out of all the people that enter your business, your ecosystem, your environment, you need to have a way to collect their information, catalog them, and then act upon that information. And depending on who you are, your level of technical comfortability, and your budget, of course, I would recommend different platforms. I used to recommend a particular platform that I was associated with or partnered with, but now I have taken a platform agnostic approach to everything. And I say, use what you're going to actually use. Invest in the thing that makes sense for you. Yes, they say, invest in a thing you're going to grow into so you don't outgrow it. But I say, there's nothing wrong with starting where you are, because chances are you're going to make a switch anyway. Even if you invest in a big fancy system, you're going to probably move out of that anyways, because that's just the nature of things. We're always moving. So I say invest in a platform that you're actually going to use. So when I did websites, I would take that and connect that to whatever platform my clients were using. And then that is really what the basis of that connection was. But now everything kind of shifted, I think in about 2001, 2002, where I really started moving in the AI space. And really because I was a little bit bored. I was a little bit disenfranchised and disillusioned with just the traditional ways of doing things. You have a website, you have a form, you have emails, you have a PDF, you have a lead magnet. And while all of those things are great, I think now people are so much more sophisticated. The marketplace and the landscape has changed so much that we really need a way to be able to be responsive to what our audience wants and our clients want. We need to be able to respond quickly, and that's where AI comes in. Excuse me. So a lot of people, when they think of AI, they really think of, okay, let me put some stuff into ChatGPT so I can copy and paste that into maybe my website or my emails, write things fast, create things fast. But part of what I do now is I show people how to use these tools, how to use AI, not only to do your copywriting, but to help you analyze data. Because I'm a big data girl. If that's not one thing, I am a data nerd. Analyze data so that you can make intelligent, data-driven decisions about what people are doing, who they are, where they are, and how they feel. So this includes sentiment analysis. This includes behavioral analysis. This includes measuring all of your key performance indexes and so much more. Now, having said all of that, I know that was a lot. And if you're feeling like, well, I only do, I run a small business, I run a shop, I do bookkeeping or coaching or whatever, and these things are just abstract and crazy to me. Well, that is where the automated thought leader is going to come in handy, because we are going to just break down these concepts so that we move everybody along. Like I said before, I threw out a lot of terms, but it wasn't to show off what I know. It's to really demonstrate what you can know. And if these are some of the things that you want to learn, I encourage you to just follow me, stick around, and I'm going to be talking to a lot of people who know things that even I don't know, and we're going to just go through this together. And that way you can make more intelligent decisions about what platforms you use, what systems you invest in, how you even run your business and your team, how you acquire your leads, and so much more. So that's really what becoming an automated thought leader is about. And this is the Automated Thought Leader 2.0, where we really now delve into the AI aspect of things, because AI is not going away. It's only growing, it's getting faster, it's getting smarter, and I don't want to see anybody left behind. I truly don't. So that's all I got to say about that. But wait, I have a couple of things that you might be interested in. Number one, I have this AI Systems Scorecard, where it's a short 5-minute little quiz thingy that shows you what your next step could be. Because when you're embarking on something new, it could be very difficult to understand, hey, where am I supposed to start? Where am I going? What is the one thing I should focus on right now? And I know with a lot of things being thrown at you, especially from advertising standpoint, you scroll on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, there's so many new tools, new processes. You may try to build everything in one go, and that is a huge mistake. So what this scorecard does is just identifies what your next steps could be, where you're weak in some areas, stronger in other areas, and it gives you a list of recommendations. And not only that, it's a nice little workbook you can use and share with your team. And I'm really proud of the funnel I've built for it. I can't lie, because it gives you something new in every email. So that is the AI Systems and Scorecard assessment. So go ahead and take that. The link will be posted where you're seeing this. And another thing is that if you want to work together, if you're like, okay, Kim, I need help, I need hands-on help, whether that is building an application, building out your systems, getting advice on what to do next, whether you need somebody to train your team or build processes for your team, let's have a conversation. So I also offer automation insight sessions. This is a free 30-minute call to see what's working, what's not working, and what we could possibly do together. All right, so those are some of the options. I have so many more options to tell you about. I'm so excited, but those are the basic two things, right? So if you haven't yet already, check out the scorecard. And if you want to go deeper, if you want to see what direct support from me could look like, let's get on an automation insight session. All right, so that's all I got to say about that. Hope you enjoyed this. I will be back with some more content. I can't wait to talk about all things systems and AI. But for right now, I'm going to close, and I'm going to wish you a great day. All right. See you later and talk to you soon. Bye.